Hey everyone, Ryan Dabrowski here with your Tech Tuesday tip for this week. Our focus this week is going to be how to use Kami through Google Classroom and how to create assignments using Kami for students to be able to edit those PDFs and annotate those PDFs. So the first tip I would have for you is to ensure that you have the Kami extension add-on added to your Google Chrome. So in order to do that, I would just search Kami add-on. This screen's going to pop up for you and you would just want to say add to Chrome. Mine obviously says remove to Chrome because I already have it added on. Once you add it to Chrome and give all the permissions, you would see it up here in the top right hand corner of your screen. That way, it's going to make your life a lot easier to use Kami through Google Classroom. So that's my first piece of advice: is adding the add-on to your Google Chrome. So I'm just going to go ahead and create a Kami assignment for you. You see, this is my Google Classroom with all the different classrooms I'm a teacher of. This is just something used for Google training. So you're going to see when you go to create an assignment on Kami, what you want to do is you go to create and then you see in your options, if you have the Kami add-on here, you see create a Kami assignment. So I'm going to click on that. So now it opens up this window, which looks similar to the Google Classroom window. To go ahead and select the class that you want to add it to. You have the option to select students like normal. I'm just going to select our dummy student here. You go to title it, you can add instructions. This all looks very similar to Google Classroom. When you go to attach something through Google Drive, only PDFs and things that you're going to want to edit are going to appear. So I just have a PDF here ready to go. So I selected this PDF. You want to make a copy for each student. You could add a point value, you could add a due date, you could release it now or schedule it. The same features as Google Classroom offers. Okay. Here where it says feature restrictions, you do have the option here to limit what features the students could use on here if you only want them to do certain things, like you only want them to draw or only want them to underline or annotate this. You could turn them all on or all off, but that's an option for you. You also have an option to send um, instructions on how to use Kami to students. And so I'm going to go ahead and assign this to that one student. I'm going to open up my student view so you guys can see what it looks like on the student end. It does take a little bit while to load just because you are using an add-on as opposed to Google Classroom. So now I'm logging in as a student. I go look, I say, oh, the teacher added an assignment. You open it up. And what you notice here is it names it. So this dummy student's name is called Amy Student. They're going to annotate with Kami. And now they'll be able to edit this PDF. So now this is my PDF that I'm allowed to edit. So just going through, looking at this activity, students are matching the type of muscle tissue here. So this would be a good option for students to use a text box, right, to add in the type of muscle. Here I have students draw, and so what you could do here is you could have students label, right? This is the nucleus. Okay, you could also have students color in. And I showed you these features last week, so I don't want to spend too much time on them. But if I was finished with this as a student, I'm going to turn it in, right? It's going to save all of my edits here. So now I'm turning it in. I turned it in. Students have the option to unsubmit if they need to. Let me go back to the teacher view to show you what this looks like from the teacher point of view. So I look, I say, oh, one student turned it in. I open up their assignment, and now I could see the work they did, just like you would assigning a Google Doc using Google Classroom. So I could scroll through. You'd be able to see my answer that I put in here with the text box, and then I labeled that image. I'm going to show you next week specifically how to grade with Kami and how to leave more targeted feedback. So if you have any questions on how to use Kami through Google Classroom and how to make assignments using Kami, please reach out to myself or Amy Friday. We'll be happy to help you integrate Kami into your digital teaching. Thanks and happy holidays.